Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm going to do another 24-hour reading challenge, but normally I do 12 hours one day, 12 hours the next. Today I don't feel like being strict with it, so I think I'm just going to read as much of today as I can, as much of tomorrow as I can, and not have it be like formally timed. I'm just going to read as much as I can over the next 2 days. Pretty much is what I'm doing. Yeah, I haven't filmed like anything this month so far, and it's like the 13th. Life just got busy this month, and I don't see life not being busy anytime soon at the moment. So I can only film when I can film. Yeah, and I have the weekend free, so I thought, let's do a 24-hour reading challenge, because I've only read 3 books so far this month. I'm really behind. And this month is like the month where I had loads of books I wanted to read, specifically this month, because they're witchy, and October, and it means if I don't read them this month, I won't be reading them until next October. And there's already 2 books that happened to last year, so that's still on my TBR. So I just want to try and get through as much as I can of my October TBR over the next 2 days. I have started Secret History by Donna Tartt. I'm only on chapter 2. Chapter 1 is 48 pages, and it's very... thing is, what I'm reading, I actually am enjoying it. I think I can get into the story. It just feels quite tiring to read, if that makes sense. Like, it takes a lot of brain power, and I am very tired currently. So I think I'm gonna kind of keep picking this up in between things, or to break things up, just to try and get through it, because it's literally like 600 pages not long, nearly. It is 600 pages long, never mind. So deceiving, that does not look 600 pages, but anyway, so I want to try and get through some more of this, but I'm not going to attempt to finish it unless I really just suddenly get into the book and I'm like, I need to know what's happening at all times. But I'd like to get further through this, and then I am going to be doing a reading Witchy Reads video, but thankfully I have enough Witchy Reads that I could do that and still read a bunch of witchy stuff in this video. I still have all of these from my TBR, and also Hex Appeal is on my TBR, which is by the same author as this one. And then I've also got The Night Circus that I want to read possibly this month. I have too many books I want to read. I think I'm going to pick something off here. I think I might try and read a little, like a chapter of The Secret History, get started, and then I think I'm going to go into Masters of Death by Olivia Blake first, because this one intrigues me and it sounds like it might be quite fun. Yeah, okay. I think I've got myself a plan. I just have to say it out loud, so I'll do it. I'm going to start off reading maybe another chapter of The Secret History, but I can't find where chapter 3 is, to be honest, so I don't know how long it is. Oh, hang on, here it is. That is chapter 2. I might try and get to chapter 3 and then see how I'm going. I might continue, or I might start Masters of Death. Let's see how we go. It's literally after 11:30, and I've pretty much only read like 60-ish pages so far this morning. I'd like to say that is 115 pages. Like, in what universe? The paper is so thin. So it looks like, I feel like I've read 50. Which technically today I have. I've downloaded the audio book on Audible, because I don't think I've got enough hours. I don't know if it even is on Spotify, but I definitely don't have enough hours for this month to like finish it. And I'm finding if I read it and listen to the audiobook at the same time, it's going in better. I can concentrate better. And yeah, so far I'm actually enjoying it. The writing, to me, I always say the writing's very wordy. That's the whole point. Writing has words. But what I mean is, the sentences are more complex. There's a lot more describing words, and not even describing words, but just a lot of like, just a lot, which I'm not used to. And I find it hard to concentrate through, which is why the audiobook and reading at the same time is easier for me. But the story, I'm intrigued so far as to what's going to happen in the next 500 pages. So yeah, we'll see. It's giving me slight Saltburn vibes, but more because the main character's like lying about his like social standing slash money. Yeah. So far I'm enjoying, but I think I'm gonna take a break from this book for now. And I think I'm gonna start Master of Death. I'm also freezing cold. I don't know why. The UK has just suddenly gotten quite cold and I feel like I cannot get warm unless I'm moving. So I'm gonna get on my walking pad for a little bit, I think, and start Master of Death. I'm really excited for this one. I think it's gonna be fun. Let's start this and see how we go. Okay, it's about 10 to 5 now and I fell asleep earlier, but I have been very tired today. I've read 100 pages of this now. So really all I've read today is 160 pages and it's 10 to 5. I've not read 12 hours worth today at all. Anyway, this was a very loose 24-hour reading challenge, let's be real. And I'm enjoying it so far. There's quite a few characters. There's a new one that's just been introduced. I'm a bit confused about him, but there is art in the front. It's this dude. And I don't know who he is, but he looks like the fan art I've seen of Jax from Once Upon a Broken Heart / Caraval. So, yeah. I also think this must be the Godson of Death. I imagine so. If not, he's another new character that I haven't met yet. So far, I am enjoying the book. I don't know if I feel like I can like read this all in one go. Part of me is tempted to go back to the Secret History and like listen to audiobook and maybe do a paint by numbers or something. Because I've got like a little one. I'm kind of tempted to do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just so I'm like doing something, because I feel like if I just keep sitting here I'm gonna get really sleepy again. I'm gonna go listen to this and do, or start anyway, a paint by numbers, and we'll see how far I can get through. I would like to get through a decent chunk of this book. We'll just see how we're going. Okay, it's the next day and it's about 8 o'clock-ish, maybe something like that. I have not actually spoke to you at all today. This might be slightly too loud. So, I am officially halfway through The Secret History. I'm on to book 2. And things are getting a bit interesting. I am enjoying this. I think there's probably a lot of things that I'm missing or that aren't hitting with me because I'm just not of an academic mindset in the slightest. But despite that, it's still a really interesting story. And all I can say is I really don't like Bunny. I just don't. He just seems like a bit of an knobhead. And that's all I'm going to say, because this book, so much happens in it where you're like, I don't want any spoilers for people who haven't read this. But also, once one thing's mentioned, you kind of guess the other thing that's going to happen. So because I obviously know what's going to happen, I feel like something else must be going on that I'm not gonna know. It's really hard to speak vaguely about books sometimes. Anyway, I'm also about halfway through Masters of Death. I'm on interlude 5. Past is past part 1. And it is pretty much smack bang in the middle of the book. This one I'm also really enjoying. This one's quite fun. There's some moments where there's like the banter between the characters. So, like they're just like, I don't know if it's like banter necessarily, like it is, but they're like bickering and it's just really quite funny bickering. I don't know. And again, you know what's going to happen in this because Death is like the narrator in some parts and he says something happens and now we're at the part that's going to be the beginning of that happening. The dynamics between all the characters, because you've got a demon, you've got, well, technically she's a vampire, but she's some Indonesian version of vampire, which I forgot what it's called, begins with an A. You've got a ghost, you've got an angel, you've got a reaper, I think. Is that what it'd be called? I don't know. You've got some random mortal that's kind of immortal. And then you've got a different mortal that's kind of immortal. There's a lot happening right now. And then there's like really creepy artwork. It's like the artwork here and in the end of the book, I mean, aside from this, is really nice artwork. However, there's been some really creepy artwork in this. Like all the artwork in the middle has just been a little bit, oh, I'm on edge right now. Like this is creepy. Like, I'm sorry. What about this is not creepy? That's creepy. Like that. This one is definitely a lot easier to read than One for My Enemy, which is the other Olivia Blake book that I've read. That one, I don't know how to explain that one. It was a little bit kind of all over the place, not in a bad way. This is all over the place. Storyline wise, we are jumping back and forwards for different things. But it's quite easy to follow. I don't know, I like the writing better. I think it's just a little bit simpler, which is what my brain likes, especially when I'm reading this at the same time. So yeah. Anyway, you might have guessed, and obviously the title of this video is a different title. I'm turning this into just a full reading vlog because I have definitely not read for 24 hours. So I'm just gonna have this be a full reading vlog instead. And I'm gonna try in this video to finish this, get as far through this as I can, and maybe read something else, maybe something witchy. I don't know what it is. I am not currently in the mood really for either of these books. This one I'm probably more in the mood for at the minute. I just really want some smutty romance. That's all I want, but I don't think I've got anything that's specifically autumnal themed to match the video. So hopefully one of my witchy books is a little bit spicy. But what I'm in the mood for is like just a smutty romance. Not a romance with spice, a smutty romance. That's what I'm in the mood for. Yes, that's where we're up to. So I'm gonna continue reading this one anyway, as best I can tonight, try and get through as much as I can. And yeah, tomorrow I'm getting my roots done, and then I have a date tomorrow. So I don't know how much reading I'm gonna manage to get done. I will try my best. If you are interested, no, it's not a first date. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go and read as much of this as I can, and I will let you know how I feel, because I feel like I haven't told you much about how I feel about either of the books. Just I'm enjoying them. I'm quite, okay, I'm gonna go into it a little bit. I'm quite surprised by how much I'm enjoying this one, because this is completely not in my usual comfort zone at all. I am also, like, these pages are so thin. This book is 600 pages. Yeah, it's not written quite, I mean, it's got quite like lengthy prose, I would say, and it's got a more complicated sentence structure than something like The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's significantly more of a complex sentence structure, but it's fairly easy to understand. I'm finding I mean, I spent a long time listening to the audiobook again today, but I listened to all of chapter 5 on audiobook today, doing my paint by numbers. It's nearly finished. But I also enjoy sitting reading it with the audiobook on. But I did read it a little bit last night with no audiobook, and I felt like quite in the story at that point. Didn't feel like I needed the audiobook to do it. But I might continue with the audiobook at the same time. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm giving this book a rest for tonight. This one I'm probably just gonna try and read. I mean, a chapter at a time is a long slog still. Like, chapter 8's a very long chapter. I think according to Audible, there's 6 parts to it, I want to say. Chapter 7 is that long. It's 120 pages. Just chapter 7. Just chapter 6, sorry. Anyway. I'm gonna go. And I'll see you when I've read more. I'm probably gonna just see you tomorrow, honestly. Okay, so this morning I finished Masters of Death. It's Thursday. I only had like 30 pages to finish, but last night I just could not stay awake to read them. Yeah, I'm rating this. I haven't decided between a 4.5 or a 4.25. I definitely liked it more than One for My Enemy. Yeah, it was just really fun. I honestly don't know what's going on with me this month and my brain when it comes to reading. I want to do nothing but read, but then when I do read, I'm just kind of like, oh, I can't be arsed. And then when I'm finished the book, I'm like, don't even know what I thought about it. Don't know what I want to rate it. Don't know anything. So I don't know what's going on with my brain currently. But I enjoyed it. I definitely liked it more than One for My Enemy. This felt very... I had a bit of like a whimsical kind of feel to it. Obviously there's a lot to do with, I guess, religion, because like God's in it, and angels and Lucifer, and sort of themes of the afterlife I talked about in this from a very Christian standpoint. There's like a bit of like side plots of love and like romance. There's just like quite a bit going on, but the most of the story takes place in the space of like a couple days. Yeah, anyway, I finished this. I haven't read any more of The Secret History since my last clip, because the chapter's now going to be so long that I'm like I'm on chapter, I think I've only got chapter 6, 7 and 8, and I've still got 300 pages left to do. So, but I'm enjoying this story, and there is a few places where you can stop, I guess, but yeah, I'm just kind of slowly going through The Secret History. I might read a little bit more tonight, or I might start something new. I feel like I want something a bit witchy, possibly. So, or I might read something on Kindle. I don't know. I've got so many books I want to read this month. I can't believe as of today, it's the 17th, and I've read 4 books, well, 4.5 this month. And for how many I wanted to read, that's not enough. So, oh well. Anyway, those are my thoughts, little as they are, for Masters of Death. I'll let you know. I didn't read anything on Tuesday at all. I don't think I read a single page. And then yesterday, yeah, I just read like the last little bit of Masters of Death yesterday and today. So yeah, I'll figure out what I want to read and update you with what I decide that's going to be. Okay, I'm going to stay as far away from the camera as I can because I look horrendous today and I sound it not very well. It's currently Saturday. It's like nearly 7 o'clock. I've not filmed since Thursday morning. Yeah, I picked up A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch on Thursday night. I read maybe like 40 pages. Yesterday I read maybe like 15, 20, something like that. I've probably read 60 pages today so far. I'm on chapter 14, just over 120 pages in. I've spent the majority of the day on the sofa watching Gilmore Girls because I feel horrendous. I woke up yesterday morning not like just feeling this cold coming on. Got worse over the day, woke up at 4:30 this morning, everything hurt, and I've been awake ever since. So yeah, I'm starting to feel better, even though I don't sound it. But anyway,
So far I'm enjoying this, where following, this book is book 2. I don't know what the series is called, but the first book is called A Witch's Guide to Fate Dating a Demon, which was very fun. And at the end of that, well, there's this character kind of throughout mentioned called Astaroth. There's like a showdown at the end of the first book, including Astaroth and the main character's best friend, Caladia. So this book is about those two. And basically Astaroth has lost all his memory. And it starts off like directly after the first book. Basically, the Astaroth you meet in the first book, it's like a complete 180 switch, personality-wise, because he's lost his memory. And they're currently like, this is all on the back, by the way, on like a quest to maybe get his memories back, figure out what's happening. There's another demon who's like the bad guy in this. Yeah, it's just fun and cute, and it's set in a really cute little village in America somewhere, like a small town vibe. And it's like a perfect, like there's multiple paranormal creatures in the town, so it's good for, I think, like October, because it's like a whole bunch of paranormal creatures. Anyway, I also haven't read any more of The Secret History. I have a feeling I'm not finishing that book in this video. The video will end when I finish this book, at least. Yeah, I just thought I would do a quick update because I hadn't in a while. I think this is like the worst video ever. But anyway, we'll see what comes of it. I'm gonna go, and hopefully I will feel better when I next talk to you about this book. Okay, it's Sunday. I've just finished A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch. This was so good. Oh, every time my knee is like the main shot. Yeah, I've literally just finished this. This was so cute. It is very quick. Like literally the whole story takes place over only a few days, so it's very quick. So the love story is a little bit insta-lovey. It's not insta-lovey because they don't love each other instantly. They're not like, well, he's a little bit insta-lusty, but in a good way. Their bond builds so quickly. Yeah. Anyway, it was just really fun. I think I preferred this over the first one. Possibly. I'm thinking maybe a 4.25. I can't remember when I rated the first one because it was literally last October I read it. But yeah, the ending was so abrupt. There wasn't really like a happily ever after ending. Like it was, but it wasn't. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, this was so fun. Perfect for Halloween. This series is just full of different supernatural creatures. So it just feels like it's a really good October vibe. And we got to see more of how the wider world has those creatures. And there was like another little small town they went to, which was sounded so cute. I forgot, I don't know what it was called. I don't know if it was, I can't remember at all what it was called. But there was like a bunch of griffins there, and like they had a bunch of different like festivals, and it just sounded really cute. I don't have much to say because I never do when I enjoy a book, but it was fun. It was cute. The spice was good. There wasn't much spice, but it was good quality spice, which is the main thing. And yeah, like I say, it is technically insta-lovey because of how quick the storyline is. Like it's so windy outside and it's making me a little, ooh, I don't like it when it's windy. I think my bin's gonna go over and I really hope it doesn't. Anyway, yeah, it's insta-lovey because of how short the storyline is. But you know what? It's fine. And it's under dire circumstances. Some people build bonds better when they're being, like, when they're under duress, when there's like a life or death situation. Yeah. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. It started out as a 24-hour reading challenge and it ended up as a fall reading vlog, I guess. It's been a weird week and I've been like coming down with a cold all month so far. And I am now ill. I think I'm going to do like a specifically witchy reads reading vlog next. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Also, I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sorry if the beginning of this is not very good.